Welcome to the Nino G Show. I'm your host, Nino Vaquero, trying to stop tyranny or at least exploit it. Welcome to the show. Soon we're going to have a phone number up that we can call in live. We'll take live calls. I'll also give an email address out to the show if anyone ever wants to email me anything in particular that we could talk about. That, hey, of course, I'll be the the final judge of it, but I welcome communication and conversation. So once again, welcome to the Nino G Show. I'm your host, Nino Vaquero. We have a bunch to talk about. Tyranny left and right, being shoved down our throats, but also being diverted quickly so you don't pay attention to what's going on, right? So my first thing that I want to talk about is a good question to ask is, who's running that outfit over there? Oh, that outfit over there? I mean, at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. And the reason why I say who's running that outfit over there is a couple weeks back, Joe Biden forgot who his defense secretary was running that outfit over there called the Pentagon. He forgot it was the Pentagon as well. Poor guy. He's going through a lot. I hate to bash a current president, especially because our standing in the world, especially with the big evil axes, China, Russia, Iran. They're all salivating, chomping at the bit right now, waiting for something to go in there. But who is running that outfit over there? I say that is because Joe Biden, like he said before, listen up. Play audio soundbite number 1, Joe Biden asking who runs that outfit over there.
The guy who runs that outfit over there.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Who runs that outfit over there of the White House currently? Our show's packed today. We have audio sound bites. We have visual clips that it's quite alarming where we're at right now. So the White House is currently being run by a lot. I think there's a group of radicals behind there, and I think Obama is behind all of it because he is the smooth criminal right now. But let's go right over into the House where Nancy Pelosi, this is a couple weeks back as well, but it's alarming because I want you guys to watch what I watch and watch what I see. I'm going to point out some very alarming things with the handlers in the background. And I'm not talking about she's coming up. We're going to talk about her next, but I want to talk about this is the internet administration, right? Everything has to be either a coordinated teleprompted speech or a never a live anything. Well, soon his live press conference is coming up. I can't wait to see how they prep the media for that one. But let's go straight into video clip number 1, where Nancy Pelosi is on the other side of a virtual screen. They're talking to the Democrats in Congress.
The reason why they should have faith because we're doing the right thing. It's a show of strength.
Keep an eye on Nancy. Look, one of her handlers just gave her a note.
Restoring their faith in the capacity of government to have their back.
There's a handler shadow.
Now, if we deliver on this, it also builds momentum. It builds real enthusiasm as well. And I will make everything else we want to deliver. This will make everything more possible.
Nancy Pelosi just got handed a note from one of her handlers, which I think Nancy Pelosi, and them, although she's a radical, she is definitely a hard leftist, she's never been this radical because now the new age, the young ones are in. So the new radicals, the tyrannical radical ones are in running the show right now. So right now, handler just passed her a note saying, oh my gosh, Joe's going off the cusp. We should all be prepared for this. Let's prepare for damage control. Let's get back to the clip.
To get it done. That's why starting off this victory is so important because it's so consequential to their lives. And we know how much we have.
Look at this schmuck. Can't even pay attention to the president of the United States talking to her.
Have to do. But it all starts here. It starts by bringing this home, bringing home what you've done all the way. And I know we're all making some small compromises, but I want to thank you. I want to thank you for the work.
All right, so this is a very alarming part. I want you to keep an eye on Nancy. Keep an eye on the shadow that's coming in, that's passing her notes, warning her Joe's going off the cusp. And then look at poor Joe over here in his virtual 2021 issues conference addressing the House Democratic Caucus live. Here we go.
You're done. I want to thank you for the work we're going to continue to do. I know parts of this and everything else we seek to do are not easy, but people are going to remember how we showed up in this moment, how we listened to them, not
She's not listening to you, Joe.
to them, and how we took action. I believe we're going to come through this, and I think that people's memories will be long. And if we continue to stay laser focused on getting shots in people's arms, responding to the economic crisis, it's going to open up a lot of hearts and a lot of doors for us tomorrow to do the many more things we know we have to do. So
Here we go.
thank you all. I really mean it. From the bottom, I want to thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm happy to take questions if that's what I'm supposed to do, Nance, whatever you want me to do.
Oh, my goodness. Nancy Pelosi. Look at her face. Look at her face right here. She goes back, hey, I'm ready to take some questions there. She goes, oh my goodness, absolutely not. But watch what happens next. Oh my, poor Joe doesn't even know what the hell's going on. Oh, and they cut to the color bars. Now, for the Nino G show, this is very comical. This is great. I love addressing this, but this is so alarming. This is so scary. Poor Joe, he's sitting there, hey, I'm ready to take some questions. Where'd everyone go? Nancy and them cut the feed because they realize that they don't want Joe Biden speaking outside of speeches, prompts, or teleprompters. This is a very, very fit over there in Congress. But what about now? We're going to go straight into who's running the outfit over at the White House. Call me conspiracy theorist, call me whatever you want, but I think anybody with a brain right there can understand that something dark and twisted is happening. Who in the right mind, one, disrespects the president of the United States by not even paying attention to what they're saying, getting past little schoolgirl notes behind the screen, and then all of a sudden they cut everything. Poor Joe. Oh, Mr. President, I'm sorry. I'm sorry they're doing this to you. It's elder abuse. It really is. But who is, in fact, running that outfit over there at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? I believe it's all the radicals together. But Barry, Mr. Barack Hussein Obama, the president himself, the old one, he's the foundation for all of this. He's running the show. He has his handler, the Panther. She's pushing all of his agenda, and she is ready to pounce through the conditioning of the American people's minds through a couple months back whenever they were talking about the 25th Amendment. When they were called out on it because we realized that there was nothing wrong with Donald Trump. He was one of the sharpest older presidents we've ever had in our lifetime. They were like, oh, no, it has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It's just because we just wanted to make sure it's known, the 25th Amendment. Well, that 25th Amendment is going to come down the pike. I don't know if it's this year. I don't know if it's next year. I don't know if it's next week, but it is. The media has been conditioning us. The Senate has been conditioning us. And the House, the radical House, has been conditioning us for this move. Kamala Harris is going to move in the President Biden's spot. She's going to take it over. But I have to let you guys know, if this happens, we are in for some serious tyrannical, oligarchic government happening. But let's get right into who's running the show here. We have Obama. I think Bernie's in it. Hillary? Maybe not. I think she's done. I think everyone knows it. But Elizabeth Warren, they're all top contenders, and they are all running the show behind the books. And the reason why I say this, I can come to this super conspiracy theory of, I think it's a culmination of a bunch of those radicals, is because they were all warning what's happening right now. They all warned it. They told us. They're like Iran. Iran preaches death to America, death to America. And then the left and the media in this country say, oh, no, they're not bad. Let's give them $1.2 billion of cash on pallets. That was under the Obama administration. Look up Uranium One, etc. We're in for some... Excuse me, I was about to swear. I don't know where I'm putting this yet. Probably YouTube, but I think you're allowed to swear. But I'm trying to maintain professionalism here. Biden warned of a surge that he wanted to do inside the Democratic debate. I wish you could go back to, I was doing some deep historical research, real deep into last year with all the radical Democrats talking about what they were doing. But first up, let's play audio soundbite number one. Actually, we'll play Crazy Bernie and what he is warning for the American people to do there. So let's play Crazy Bernie audio soundbite number one. Go.
Let me be blunt and tell you what you don't hear much about in Congress or in the media. And that is, it goes without saying that we must and will defeat Trump, the most dangerous president in the history of this country.
Why is that?
But we must do more. We must do more. We have got to recognize that this country is moving into an oligarchic form of society where a handful of billionaires control the economic and political life of this country. And as president, I am prepared to take them on. Yes, we will raise the minimum wage to a living wage. Yes, we will finally make sure that every American has health care as a human right, not a privilege. And yes, we will address the catastrophic crisis of climate change and transform our energy system away from fossil fuel.
Oh, transform. Now, that word transform is thrown out so much because the Democrats today, actually, you know what? I've been doing a lot of deep historical research, not just a year ago to make a silly point, but I've been looking at the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and these radical leftists have been trying to destroy America as founded for a long time. The transformation of this country, well, one, Barack Obama said it in his first inaugural address, we will transform this nation. They want to transform every fundamental right that we have because our country as founded was supposed to be a limited government. They were supposed to be get the heck out of our lives and allow liberty and prosperity to exist. The left wants to transform all this. Bernie talks about billionaires running the country. Yeah, he is right. And I agree with him to an extent there that they need to be held accountable. But guess who they are in bed with? Big tech are some of the biggest billionaires now. And big tech is the ones that just perpetrated the giant dupe on the country. So we have Crazy Bernie. Crazy Bernie's echoing exactly what they're echoing now. We see climate change is a catastrophic crisis. They're pushing climate change. But what about Elizabeth Warren? Elizabeth Warren's still in the picture. Elizabeth Warren, during the debates, is echoing the same thing what's happening right now with this crisis at the border that they're hiding behind this gun control craze. Play audio soundbite number 3, Warren painting the picture for what's ahead.
And create a pathway to citizenship for our dreamers, but also for their grandparents and for their cousins, for people who overstayed student visas, and for people who came here to work in the fields. I want to have a system that is a path to citizenship that is fair and achievable.
Also known as chain migration. So she wants everyone to come in. Your brothers, your sisters, your uncles, your hair groomer's brother, sister, uncle. All of them come in the name of not diversity, not because they care about those poor immigrants. They want everyone to come in because of the fundamental transformation of, one, the welfare state, but two, they need a new generation of voters. The blacks, the Hispanics, the Latinos, the Cubans, everyone in this last election has proved the referendum that they wanted Donald Trump. The highest elections rates of all those minorities voted for Donald Trump, and they realize that they are shitting bricks now. So how can they get a new generation of votes? How can they provide a new permanent underclass to fund their urban plantations? Is with opening the border, because you're going to have a lot of people coming over, not because they want to assimilate, not because they want to become Americans. They want Aunt Sam and Uncle Sam to take care of them. And by doing that, the Democrats are going to say, hey, come on in the name of diversity, in the name of peace, but we'll give you everything. I had brain surgery last year, and I'm fighting the VA to get health care right now, but then all these illegals that are coming over are going to get better health care than me. We're getting screwed here. So last audio soundbite number 4, I want to play. Biden warned exactly what he's going to do when he became president. And we just sat back and let the sensational news media lie straight to our faces. Cue up audio soundbite number 4, play it.
What I would do as president is several more things, because things have changed. I would, in fact, make sure that we immediately surge to the border.
Oh!
Seeking asylum.
He warned of the surge. That's exactly what's happening. The border is open. The transformation of America is underway, and we need to stop it. Let's take a break. After this, we'll be right back. We're back. Nino G Show. What a packed segment prior to that. The transformation is complete. The charge is on. And the border is open because we are under assault. We are straight under assault. We know exactly what's happening, and we know who's the perpetrators of it all. Crazy. Intro music still playing. That's good. All right, we're back. This is scary. We got a lot of scary things happening right now. The stage is set. The Democrats know exactly what they want to do. Elizabeth Warren, what did she say?
And create a pathway to citizenship for our dreamers, but also for their grandparents and for their cousins, for people who overstayed student visas, and for people who came here to work in the fields. I want to have a system that is a path to citizenship that is fair and achievable.
And what about Biden? What did he say?
What I would do as president is several more things, because things have changed. I would, in fact, make sure that we immediately surge to the border. All those people are seeking asylum.
Well, that's exactly what happened. The DHS just came out. The Department of Homeland Security said migrant border crossings on pace to reach the highest level in 2 decades. We'll go into this a little bit further, but I need to show you why I say the stage is so set, why I'm so scared of the pantsuit handler, Kamala Harris herself, because let's go back to that beautiful archived history of the ABC News Democratic debate where Kamala Harris, she showed her true colors. They might be red, not because of Republican, but I think of a hammer and sickle red here. So we're going to go straight into it. This is why I'm so scared about who is Obama's surrogate right now, because when the 25th Amendment happens, this is exactly who you will be getting.
You did bring up assault weapons here, and many of you on this stage have talked about executive orders. Senator Harris, you have said that you would take executive action on guns within your first 100 days, including banning imports of AR-15 assault weapons.
That's right.
President Obama, after Sandy Hook, more than 23 executive actions, and yet here we all are today. In recent days, former Vice President Biden has said about executive orders, some really talented people are seeking the nomination. They said, I'm going to issue an executive order. Biden saying there's no constitutional authority.
Oh my goodness. All right. I got to interrupt real quick. No constitutional authority to do an executive order on banning assault weapons or anything like that. Biden is correct. I agree with him. Joe Biden is, he may be a patriot on the left, but he's still a patriot to me because he still understands the true fundamental principles and the original intent of the founding document of this United States, the Constitution. Ladies and gentlemen, the pantsuit handler, Kamala Harris.
to issue that executive order when they say, I'm going to eliminate assault weapons, saying you can't do it by executive order any more than Trump can do things when he says he can do it by executive order. Does the vice president have a point there?
Some things you can, many things you can't.
Let's let the senator answer.
Well, I mean, I would just say, hey, Joe, instead of saying no, we can't, let's say yes, we can.
Let's be constitutional. We got a constitution.
And yes, we can, because
Ye old pantsuit handler. Duping poor Joe, but warning exactly what she would do in the exact commie defense. Let's get rid of the Constitution. Let's not worry about it. Yes, we can. You heard her words and her diabolical laugh. And instead of saying, no, we can't, Joe, dismantle the Constitution, why don't we say, yes, we can? The stage is set. The ones who are in place of this whole cabal, this shadow government, are in place. They're ready to rock and roll. They know exactly what's going on. And guess what? My conspiracy theory of Biden, the new administration, Obama is running the things. He is running the whole entire show quietly because he's still in D.C. doing it. Now, the reason I know this for a fact now, Breitbart News came out with an article just, on March 23rd here. White House confirms Joe Biden and Barack Obama regularly consult on a range of issues. Oh, geez. Asked by a reporter whether the former president had visited the White House and if the two speak, Psaki, the White House correspondent there, replied both Obama and Biden have a collegiate relationship undefined by the traditional rules of president and vice president. Instead, they are friends. You mean undefined by the traditional rules of president and vice president? They have a handler situation where Joe Biden is getting every single move from Barack Obama. You know, they consult and talk about a range of issues, and I would expect that continues through the course of the President Biden's presidency, Psaki said, by Fox News outlined. That can be done over the phone, it turns out, and I think if President Obama had been here, you would all know. Well, Psaki declined to give an exact number of times the two have spoken, preferring to offer they keep in regular touch, and their prospective teams also were in regular touch about a range of issues. Okay, so now the fix is in. We know exactly who's behind it. We know who's perpetrating this tyranny on us. But guess what just happened a couple days prior? The stage is set in the forward dismantling and the securing of a generation of welfare voters. The House passes immigration bills with paths to citizenship for dreamers and farm workers. Sounds pretty nice, has good intentions, but you guys do not understand the deep, dark agenda that's being thrown into our faces. So the House passes that bill. The DHS comes out, says migrant border crossings on pace to reach the highest level in 2 decades. We know that because Joe Biden said he was going to surge the border. Elizabeth Warren's in the background too. She says she wants to create that chain migration. They're all working in cahoots together to dismantle this country or secure that generation of votes so they can just continue to have the most power they have ever had. So Trump comes out the other day here and he says President Joe Biden's easy migration strategy has converted a national triumph into a national disaster. And he's absolutely right about that. He says, we proudly handed the Biden administration the most secure border in history. Fact. That was me saying it. All they had to do was keep this smooth-running system on autopilot. Instead, in the span of a few weeks, the Biden administration has turned a national triumph into a national disaster. They are in way over their heads and taking on water fast. Now, that is the absolute damn truth. They understand that completely, but they are trying to deny the fact that that's happening, and they are not speaking to the American people about it because they need to hide behind this gun control agenda. So what I think the most embarrassing thing is, Breitbart put out a good article that Mexico is deciding to do more for this illegal immigration than our own country is doing. Mexico deploys 8,700 troops to cut migrant traffic into the U.S. border. So just under 9,000 soldiers they deployed to stop the flow of migrants to the U.S. border, according to all these new federal disclosures that are out. The move comes as U.S. immigration authorities struggle to absorb the rising number of Central American migrants entering the country. This is not by mistake. This is straight by design, and they are doing this on purpose. Biden administration, they're considering what they said the other day. I heard they're considering flying Latin American migrants to states near the Canadian border. What they should do is just fly them straight into Canada. Justin Trudeau up there always wants to pretend like they're the mosaic. Well, why don't you drop all them off there and disenfranchise your own people some more? Man, I just cannot. I can't believe this is happening in front of our own eyes right now. And a lot of people are too busy on their TikTok, flick pluck, patty whack, whatever it is, not paying attention to the tyranny that's happening before us. At this point, Ronald Reagan said this once, it's not left or right, it's up or down with this nation. Wake up, open your eyes, look at everything objectively and realize, well, one, don't let them trick you guys into believing that, hey, this immigration is what we need. This illegal immigration is what we need. This is hearts and minds, blah, 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 blah. It's not. There's a deep-rooted agenda. And guess what? Since we're coming out of a economic crisis perpetrated by the Chi-Coms, stand up for your rights. Know who we are. Know that we're getting pissed on. It's time to take this country back. That's all I got for today. Thanks again for joining on the Nino G Show. I'll see you guys and catch you on the next one. Stop the press. Stop the press. I'm back for a second. You have no clue what just came into the news realm here. Holy smokes. Biden taps Harris to lead on immigration amid border crisis. This has all been planned. This has been planned. Please see it. Please see the tyranny that is happening to us. President Biden has tapped Vice President Harris to lead the administration's efforts to stem the flow of migrants, illegals, seeking entry into the U.S. at the southern border and to form partnerships with Mexico and the Northern Triangle countries aimed at addressing the root causes of the surge in immigration. I'll tell you the root cause. It's you and your crooked administration and your crooked agenda. Harris will spearhead the White House immigration portfolio so that Mexico and the Northern Triangle will know there is one single figure dedicated to this effort, a senior administration official just said. Biden announced the move on Wednesday from the White House after meeting with Harris, Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra, Department of Homeland Security, that was Italian, not Italian. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, and several other immigration advisors. This is a brutal assault on our sovereignty. This is a planned attack by the left. You may ask, oh, Lena, what's the big deal? She's the vice president. She's supposed to be doing things like this. Okay, whatever. But you need to see that this is the media, this is the administration conditioning the American people to believe that Kami is doing a lot more than she's supposed to be doing because they want you to believe that she is going to be the savior. They are conditioning your mind to accept what's coming down the pike. Wake up. I'm out of here this time. I'm really out of here this time. I'll see you guys. Thanks for being a part of the Nino G Show. Until next time, smell you later.